On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Brandon Graham has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie 2nd-rounder from Penn State. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The last time these two teams met, boy, was it memorable. Wild card weekend last year as the Eagles started their Super Bowl title defense, and they held on thanks to the doink or the double doink heard around the world on the Cody Parkey missed field goal, and the Eagles would escape 16-15. Of course, they would go on to lose the following weekend to the New Orleans Saints. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
They'll run with Sanders. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Wentz. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Wentz. He's got it. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Throwing here, Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Jackson to return. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Eagles will have it taking over a 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they've got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
And he completes it to Cohen. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Out of the gun, Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Khalil Mack with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
On third down, Trubisky gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant.
First down, a run with Cohen. Give the tackle that time to Rodney McLeod.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The Bears on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. Trubisky will throw. He's got Burton here. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Check 53, Here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disastrous.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now this throw caught left side. It's a first down on a gain of 10. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the second half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Elliott puts this one through. And that'll bring them back within 4. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position. To actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Up to make the stop, the Pro Bowl safety, Malcolm Jenkins. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 35 on 2nd down, Trubisky. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Trubisky on first down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Fletcher Cox, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Trubisky's throw into the hands of Burton. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line. Trubisky will come up here first and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Bears on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3, and he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz, and down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. GG. Screen, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty, but there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. There defensively was Buster's screen to knock it away. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Khalil Mack in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Nigel Bradham brings him down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Bears, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this